Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first knowledge lecture of the Order of the Rose Cross. This video is intended for the members of the Order of the Rose Cross as a way for them to experience the knowledge lectures as given by the Golden Dawn throughout their teachings, though as it's public, it's open to anyone who's interested in Western esotericism. If you are in the Order, the purpose of these lectures is to prepare you to be able to pass proficiency for the various degrees. And this is the first lecture of the Neophyte grade. And the Neophyte grade is just that. It's very basics on quite a few different things. Alchemy, astrology, Kabbalah, etc. Today, we will be focused on alchemy. And this is a very gentle introduction into Western esotericism concerning the elements. So without further ado, I will be presenting this knowledge lecture 1. All right. And again, all of this comes from Golden Dawn material. You are free to peruse. I'm not inventing anything here. The Neophyte grade is divided into 6 sections that make it easier for the reader to digest the knowledge. An examination for each section of the knowledge lectures will be given at the end of each grade. And today we are going to discuss the elements. There are 4 basic elements, 4 basic magical elements: fire, water, air, and earth. The final unifying element of spirit will be discussed later. These 4 primary elements are regarded as realms, kingdoms, or divisions of nature. They are the basic modes of existence and action, the building blocks of everything in the universe. All that exists or has the potential to exist contains one or more of these energies. These elements should not be confused with the scientist's table of the elements, which are only the most materialized expressions of the elements in the physical plane. The 4 elements of the ancients are assigned the dual combinations of 2 of 4 qualities: heat, cold, dryness, and moisture. And we will now examine all 4 of the elements in depth. What the slide is showing us are what the symbols look like, the alchemical symbols for each of the elements. And pay attention to those and understand the triangles. The upward triangles are masculine, and the downward pointing triangles are feminine. You'll also notice that combined we have basically the Metatron's cube geometrical layout. And you'll see this, what's known as the Star of David today, also was known as the Seal of Solomon. It's the 6-pointed star, the hexagram. And if you're into Freemasonry, you will also recognize the square and compass in the Seal of Solomon. Above that in Hebrew, we have Tetragrammaton, Yod-He-Vod-He, which is the unspeakable name of the Supreme Architect of the universe, or God. And each of those in the Golden Dawn tradition, each of those Hebrew characters corresponded with an element. And we have something to ponder. We have 3 characters forming 4 letters. We have Yod, Vav, and He, which is shown twice. We start with fire. The element of fire has the following qualities: active, masculine, spontaneous, quick, initiating, initializing, vitalizing, and energetic. The most physical expression of fire is the visible active phase of combustion, manifesting in heat and light. The element of fire was seen by the alchemists as an element which operates at the center of all things, as well as the agent of transmutation, because all things are derived from and return to fire. This element is seen as the great supernal father energy, the seed force of the universe, and it is an element with 2 purposes. Number 1, it is an expression of spiritual energy and the determination of the spirit. Number 2, it purifies, burns, and destroys the old so that the new may emerge. Thus, it is a symbol of transformation and regeneration. There is a direct parallel between the concepts of fire and life. Fire is an image of energy found at the level of animal passions as well as on the plane of spiritual fortitude. Its action is quick and unpredictable. To pass through fire is symbolic of transcending the human condition. The direction of cardinal point assigned to fire is the south, where the sun reaches its meridian height. Fire was also characterized by heat and dryness. Element water, the second element, is characterized by cold and moisture, and its qualities and attributes are thus: passive, feminine, receptive, sustaining, subconscious, creative, fluidic, and generative. In a mundane physical sense, water is a liquid compound of hydrogen and oxygen molecules. In the esoteric sense, the concept of water implies all liquid materials. Let me say that again. In an esoteric sense, the concept of water implies all liquid materials. Furthermore, the primeval waters, the image of all primal matter, contain all solid bodies before they obtain rigidity and form. The so-called fluid body of man is translated by modern psychology as a symbol of the unconscious or the archetypal feminine side of the personality. Water is seen as a symbol of the maternal, the great mother, as well as the great unfathomable and mysterious well of wisdom contained within the subconscious mind. In short, water symbolizes the infinite realm of possibilities which precede all form and all creation. It is limitless and immortal, the waters of creation. Submersion in water alludes to a return to the pre-formed state. Like the element of fire, water also symbolizes the ideas of transfiguration and regeneration. The direction or cardinal point assigned to water is the west. The third element, air and its symbol, the upward pointing triangle with a line through it. Air represents heat and moisture, and its attributes are thus masculine, intellectual, ethereal, abstract, and communicative. The physical expression of air is that of a mixture of gases, which forms the atmosphere of the earth. Symbolically, air is related to the creative breath of life, and therefore speech. Light, flight, and weightlessness, as well as scent and smell, are all related to the element of air. It is connected in many mythologies with the idea of creation, and as a medium for movement and the emergence of life process. Air is a volatile element, which is considered by the Kabbalists to be the offspring of the parental elements of fire and water, thus creating steam. It is the reconciler between the rival elements of fire, male, and water, female, balancing and equilibrating these two parental opposites. Air also alludes to the human intellect and thought process, which are quick, changeable, and abstract. The direction, or the cardinal point assigned to air, is in the east. The last element, the last of the four elements, is earth, which is characterized by the downward pointing triangle with a line through it and represents cold and dryness. Its attributes are thus passive, feminine, solid, materialization, physical, stable, slow-moving, and grounded. And once again, I will point to the alchemical symbols. The feminine symbols are the downward pointing triangles, and the masculine symbols are the upward pointing triangles. In the technical sense, Earth is the dry land surface of the planet, made up of solid organic and inorganic particles. Allegorically, it is much more than that. Earth represents the physical, materialized universe in which we live. It is the tangible world around us that we can touch and feel. Earth is the daughter of fire and water, just as air is the sun. This element encompasses all activities of productivity, fertility, growth, and regeneration. Earth is the fourth and final element, and the result of the actions of the other three. The direction or cardinal point assigned to the earth is in the north. And this concludes the lecture, the first lecture of the Neophyte grade, wherein again we discuss the elements. This of all of the lectures was the simplest in my opinion, the easiest one to start to grasp, and this is the first handhold of the science we call alchemy, of which in later grades you will delve further in depth and get a little bit more involved with much more complex allegories, metaphors, and pathways. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any comments, leave them below. I'm happy to answer any questions in our Discord or wherever. And until next time, I'll see you soon.